This is how my holiday went over Christmas, New Year's. First thing that happened, I got a roof leak. And then I showed a video of how I set up the camera to take a look if my visqueen cover over the leak was still on the roof. Well, it was still on the roof, and I got all my tools out and everything ready for to make the repair, but I wanted to see if it'd leak again. And rains came, and it didn't leak. So it didn't fix itself. It's just that that particular circumstance, the rain come in a certain direction and got underneath my cover. So it hasn't leaked since. But anyways, my holidays started out with a roof leak. Then my desktop computer quit working. Well, it's about 6 years old. I give the life of a computer about 4 years. So I got an extra 2 years out of that. And how it quit working is the Windows 7 would come up, but about 5 minutes later, the mouse would not work any longer. Well, you can't use a computer without a mouse. So I played around with that a while and turn it on, turn it off, and do restart back to a certain date. That didn't help it. So I gave up on the computer. So that's number two. The desktop computer failed. Useless. So I transferred all my stuff. I have it backed up. And if when it's not backed up, I can get in the recovery. So anyways, I put it all on my laptop computer. Now, on my both computers, I had critical recording software for music. So that didn't work anymore on the old computer, desktop, but I did have a version of it also on the laptop. So I'm working with that, and suddenly that software quit working. You come up with a message that says your computer is not configured for this software. Well, I've only been using it. It's called Cool Edit 2000. It shows you how long I've had that software. 15 years. And suddenly it's not working. So I have no recording software. Well, I figured, okay, 15 years, the improvements must be massive in recording software. So I went online and I expected to find and pay for a new, wonderful, upgraded recording software. And I went around and around on the internet, and about 5 sites offered free download, a trial version. Excuse me. A trial version, which is you after 30 days and some other things, anyways, it doesn't work. So I says, okay, I'll try the trial versions. I had about 5 trial versions, and they were all worse than the Cool Edit 2000 of 15 years ago. Not only hadn't recording software advanced, it regressed. So that was very frustrating because I was willing to buy a good recording software. I couldn't find a good recording software. So I lost my recording software. But I did buy one recording software for $60 that I downloaded, and it was inferior quality, but I had to have something. So I got that. And then my Nikon camera, which I take on my trips and I make my videos at home with, that went bad. What it is, it's got a big dark spot right in the middle of every picture and every video. It's like it's a burned out spot in the picture. I can't use that. So my Kodak camera failed. Now I had that Kodak camera about 2 years. You'd think, well, excuse me, it's a Nikon camera. I'm looking at a Kodak right now. It's a Nikon camera. And you think, well, that camera should certainly last longer than 2 years. Well, not the way I use it. I'm constantly taking pictures over and over. continuous. I'm constantly making videos. So basically what I did is I beat the camera up. So I lost that. Now I got out my Kodak camera, that's this one right here, which I put away a couple years ago when I got this new Nikon camera, and now I'm using this. Thankfully, this is still working. So I lost my Nikon camera. And then as you saw in my last video, my pool pump failed. How I know it failed? I'm sitting in the living room and I'm listening, grinding away like it's a coffee grinder. I said, uh-oh, I know that noise. I says it's either the pool pump seal for the shaft on the pump that's leaking and causing the water to leak in and a rusty grinding noise, or the motor shot. So as you saw in my last video, I did replace the seal on the pool pump, and it turned out that wasn't it. But that's okay. Anyways, I got a new seal on it. But I had to take the whole thing off. I had to take the motor off, take it down to the motor place. And a guy took a look at it, and he says, this one's really beat up. I said, yeah, I bought it from you 5.5 years ago. He said, look, it's got a lizard, a dead lizard in it. I said, so what? He says, well, what the lizards do is they short it out. Because the motor has openings on the side where lizards can crawl in. So I guess I got to put a sign. I did have to buy a new motor and put it in. I guess I'm going to have to put a sign on the motor that warning to all lizards, you will be electrocuted if you come into this thing. So anyways, my pool pump motor failed. I had to spend money, go buy a new pump, and that was that. Then I started to make this recording on my cell phone because I like it on the cell phone because I have front-facing video. So I can kind of line up. Like I'm guessing here, hopefully I'm in it, but I can tell the lineup. Well, that failed. The recording feature of the cell phone failed. So that's failure number 6 that I had to experience over the holidays. Fortunately, I bought this phone, a track phone, and I got it in October of last year. So I just called them up, and they said they would send me a replacement once I sent mine back so they could verify that it's not working. Well, anyways, that's pretty good to do that. But anyways, that's how my holidays went, with 6 broken electrical failures.